It's sometimes hard to remember or believe that the internet didn't exist as recently as 30 years ago, and that because of the rate of online change, what we now know as the net is very, very different to the way it was back then. It's therefore quite an oddity that the net today is now far closer to the original concept that the man who's widely credited with inventing the World Wide Web, Tim Berners-Lee, had back in the late 1980s. He anticipated that the net would be a place where people all over the world would be able to interact with one another. While this has not been the case for much of the history of the net, it's beginning to be far more so nowadays, particularly with the explosion in what are known as Web 2.0 resources over the past few years. And yet some things about the net have never changed and most probably never will. Among these non-changing aspects of the web, perhaps the most important and unalterable is the fact that without visitors to your website, your site might as well not exist. This is doubly true if you have a site or a blog designed to generate an online income, because without visitors, there's no way that your site is ever going to generate you a single red cent. It's no exaggeration to suggest that drawing visitors, which are commonly known as site or blog traffic, drawing visitors to your site is probably more important than any other single aspect of running your online business. You know, you can have the best looking site in the world and a fantastic product, but without visitors to that site, well, it's all a complete waste of time. The sole focus of this video training series is on how you can start generating traffic quickly and easily on a step-by-step basis, beginning with methods that take time to drive traffic to your site but continue to do so on a consistent basis thereafter. Follow this step-by-step plan and traffic generation problems that you may have suffered will rapidly become a thing of the past. However, before looking at the first steps you should take to start pulling visitors to your blog or site, there's one very important concept that you have to grasp about traffic generation. Drawing visitors to your site is all very well, but if they've no interest in the subject matter, whatever you're showing on your site or on your blog, then these visitors are not going to do a great deal for your business either. What you need are targeted visitors. People who come to your site because they're already interested in your topic or subject matter. It really doesn't matter what kind of site you're operating or how you run your business. Without targeting your traffic, without targeting your visitors, you're not going to achieve any of the objectives that you've set for yourself. Let me give you an example here. For instance, if you have, say, a site that sells dog accessories, it's not much use to you if the majority of your visitors are more interested in, say, golf or rock and roll music. Of course, it's not to say that people who play golf or listen to rock and roll can't be interested in dogs or have one as a pet, but it's still true that dogs are not their main interest. Consequently, while they may have a dog and they might sometimes buy new accessories for their pet, your site would be considerably less interesting to them than it would be if it were focused on golf or rock music. Hence, the main thrust of your marketing efforts must be on finding people who are already interested in your market sector or niche. And there are many ways of doing this. However, almost all traffic generation strategies rely on your ability to find the phrases or terms that people use when they're searching the net for information of the kind that you provide. This is an important concept to understand because it's by matching your own promotional materials to these search terms that you're going to pull in targeted visitors to your site. While it's not true of everyone, the majority of people who use the net do so to seek information, and when they do so, they'll usually use one of the major search engines to find what they want or need. Even though people searching for information would prefer to find what they need without having to pay for it, many will be willing to spend money if the information on offer is of sufficiently high quality to justify it. According to the latest statistics, Google command in excess of 80% of the global search market, so it's fair to suggest that most savvy online marketers will focus the bulk of their promotional efforts on getting seen on the Google search results pages. And there are two ways to do this. The first is to pay for advertising through the Google AdWords program, which you can find here at google.com/accounts. If you just do a Google search for Google AdWords, it'll take you to this page. And with Google AdWords, what happens is your advert will appear on the Google search results page when someone who's searching for the information of the kind that you offer uses a search term that matches one that you use in your advertisement. From an online marketing point of view, these search terms are known as keyword terms or phrases, and a good way to find them out is by using this tool here, which is WordTracker, which you can get here from wordtracker.com. And it's the keyword terms that you build your adverts around which dictates the results pages that those adverts will appear on. Another option is to get your promotional materials or your site itself to appear on the left-hand side of the results page in what are known as the natural or organic search results. Let's just do a search in Google to show you what I mean. Let's look for hair loss as our search term. And you can see that we've got lots of different results here. Now, these terms here and these ones here, these are AdWords. These are ones that people have paid to have shown on the Google search page. Now, if I just scroll down a bit, you'll see here all of these. These are all the natural results. These are the natural organic search results. Now, of course, the major difference between the AdWords and the natural search results is that the adverts cost money, whereas you can't buy a position on the page in the natural search results. Because grabbing a slot in the natural search results does not have a direct financial cost attached, most marketers focus their efforts on doing whatever they can to get their marketing materials or their site featured as high up in the Google natural search results as possible. And this makes a great deal of sense when you realize that, according to the latest statistics, just over 42% of people who use Google to search for information will visit the top-ranked natural search results first. So if you manage to land the #1 natural slot, this action has the capacity to drive huge numbers of targeted visitors to your site. But the key question is, how do you do this? And there are several things that you need to do, starting with how you build your site or your blog in the first place, and we'll get to that in the next video.